I'm finally outside. That we've got a day with the sun shining brightly. It's a beautiful day, and almost no, just a little light breeze, but chilly. It certainly is chilly out here. I'm behind the church and the parsonage here at Freeman's UCC. As you can see, looking over my shoulder, I am in the cemetery here at the church. There you go. Give you a little 360 there. There's a flag wafting in the breeze. That's a nice look for Veterans Day. That's what it is. It's Wednesday where I am, and it is Veterans Day. And I wanted to add certainly my thanks for the service of all those people, men and women who have served over the years, and also to their families. It certainly is a sacrifice on the part of the family. Especially, I mean, I appreciate the people who have made the military their profession, and I value that tremendously. But I really wanted to especially thank those people who stepped away from their regular life to do their bit, to go, that felt like they just needed to make that contribution to the country. Appreciate that very, very much. We have in our culture, we've gotten to this place where we refer to anybody in a military uniform as a hero, and I wish we didn't do that. I think that that you say that is a contribution that people make, and it is a sacrifice on their part. But a hero, in my mind, is somebody who finds themselves in a circumstance not of their own choosing, that they wish they weren't in. They wish with all their heart that hadn't happened, and yet it does, and they have to do something. They have to put others' needs ahead of their own. They have to do what they've been trained to do, and they survive. And it's a remarkable thing to be a hero. And so, to call this everybody who's dressed like a hero, I mean, it's like we just had Halloween and lots of little kids were dressed like Superman, but were not faster than a speeding bullet or able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. They were just wearing the same uniform. I did want to talk about fear. Being afraid is a powerful, powerful thing. I mean, you think about when you are afraid, you cannot think about anything but the thing that is making you afraid. And so when we read in Scripture that we're to fear only God, and go, what? Be afraid of God? Why? No, it's more like be in awe, be in wonder, be so moved by the thought of God that you can think of nothing else. The fear of the Lord. I mean, God who breathed us into existence and could just as easily inhale us out of existence. That's something to think about. But we also have other things that we fear. When I was a kid, it was the atomic bomb. I was in that age of person, and then as a teenager, it was Vietnam, and not so much fear that something bad was going to happen to my family at my house, that we were so far away from there, but fear for me and people that were friends of mine, that we might be called to go and have to fight in that war. The year I was 19, the year that you had to register for the draft when you were 18, but 19 is when the lottery was about to, my number was 13. That was the first year that they didn't call anybody up. It was very frightening to feel that close to it, but still it was only close. And then, and being a kid, not really old enough to understand. If I'd been drafted, I would have gone. I would and made the best of it. But really, when you get to be older, when you have children of your own, for instance, that's when things get more frightening. Thinking for my culture now, the culture that you and I are living in, I think the event that has struck fear, deep fear, was, of course, the bombings. I guess you'd say bombings of the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, and the plane that crashed in the field. Those people on that plane that didn't get to decide whether that would be the day that they would die, but did get to decide how they would die. There was some heroes there. But when the illusion of the fact that we were living in the United States meant that we did not have to fear attack, when that illusion was destroyed, and we became a people who embraced fear. No longer the home of the free and the land of the brave, but the home of the self-absorbed and land of the fearful. We became, it seems. I remind you that we truly do have nothing to fear but God. Paul said it. I don't remember where, but Paul said it. He said, don't fear those who can only kill your body. They said in our Psalms that we are pilgrims. We're on a journey that begins, and our memory of it probably begins when we're around 4 or 5, and goes until we no longer are aware of ourselves. Then when our mind has slipped away, or that we die. In any case, this is temporary. Don't fear those who can only kill your body.